Welcome back to the Ultimate Wolf. Today is, a little haul. Only two figures on the Omnium transformation. I don't know. Two, both other figures. What, 2 years ago now? Or both of them at least. Yes, there's one still in the box, and there's one that's not in the box. Yeah, I'll probably start with the small one. I won't transform him. I'll transform him later. Um, well, both of them at least. But yeah, I'll move the mystery one to the side. I did both get these both from Amazon. They arrived earlier today, or like Tuesday. So yes, it's Studio Series Terracon Freezer from Transformers Rise of the Beast. Hasbro and Up Transformers. There's the image of him. Studio Series Transformers Rise of the Beast. Autobots Symbol Generations. Cigar, tell me. There's image of him. The Terracon symbol. He's a core glass on. There's the image of his robot mode. On the sticker they put on it. Four mode. He's a triple changer. You can have robot mode. You can put him in his cannon mode, and you can also transform him into a blaster as well. And he can also, if you have the Stu Series Scourge, he can actually go on Scourge too. I do have Scourge, so yeah, I'll show that part off. Off too. So yeah, I'm just gonna get open this box and take a look at him. So I'm just gonna cut the tape off on the side. Side. This small box, so I'm gonna really need a lot. Oh yeah, there's this one and the other figure. Let's see. There's your white piece of paper. I'll put that to the side. And I'm also looking at something because I might need to go grab his instructions. Instructions. Nope. Okay, good. It shows it here. And here's instructions. So here's your instructions. Instructions. There goes the manual. Now is the bring his head down, bring it up. Mode. For a minute. There's his cannon form right there. So it's all the mode right there. So it's the little cannon. Then you can do some other stuff. With him, you can transform him into a blaster. Blaster. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, that's his turret mode, I should say. His turret mode right there. That's his gun form, and then you can adjust the arms. His gun form right there, and if you that way for a Scourge is like alt mode, but if you want, you can transform him. Yeah, yeah, because this is his cannon form right there, and his gun form, and that's the Scourge one because he can go on the Series Scourge figure as well. And alt mode and robot mode. So I do have Scourge. I'll shut that off. I'm going to transform him. It's going to take the figure, open the figure up, and then do the posability. So yeah, it's the little paper ties, and then you can see the image of the museum scene from Rise of the Beasts behind him. So yeah, I'm just gonna undo these real quick, and then I'll take a look at his posability. Posability. I should say this. This is a Rise of the Beasts haul. Well, yeah, haul because I did order online, but mine mine on Tuesday arrived today from Amazon. Did not see this figure in stores when I went, so when I went to the stores, when the Rise of the Beast toys were in stores. So, but I saw them. It was like what $14 on Amazon, and I looked. I just cut the little tags and just deal with that. So I don't have to do this each one of them. Be very easy. Here's the other open. I'm gonna do the rest off camera real quick. Oh, hopefully I should have enough where a freezer can at least get free. I didn't do the bottom one. I might have to, because I might be able to get him out without it. Oh. Do you know they released SG Series Nova King, which is just a repaint of this version of this character, but I never got that one either. I'm just seeing if I can get his feet out, and then that's it. Yeah, I can just there and just pop the little tag about like the area out both sides. And there we go. And I'm just gonna put this back in the box. Yeah, I never unrib this tie. It's fine. Just going to throw this one in and put the rest of these in the box. So that way I don't have to deal with it again. Hey, Rolando. Nothing much, just unboxing these two figures. Figures already opened. Friends, the freezer from Rise of the Beast. I haven't opened up the second one, which is a mystery for right now. No, but yes, here is Studio Series Freezer from Rise of the Beast. Nice, yeah, his legs can extend to get that movement. Ways like that. Yeah, I'll go over the articulation in this. And the instructions did say lower the head. So that way it's more in with the lower the rest of the body. Yeah, we have freezer. Sack proposes. So his head can now look up and down. Well, it can't rotate side to side. Or it can. it's on the ball joint at the base. You don't want that happening. Ball joint at the base, so you could get in, so you can get it to rotate. And then you can see the red eyes right there. His head can go up due to transformation. That's really it. So just that neck rotation. His shoulders, his upper arms. Upper arms, they're on the ball joint at the base. So you can get full 360, no issues there. You can 360, and then the elbow has a bend right there. So you get that joint. And then the lower arm has a ball joint right there at the base, so you can move it around and do a full 360 because the other arm, and it's limited right there. But you do get your elbow bend again, so you get two elbow bends and the legs. You can get the hips out right there. You get them forward, back. There is no knee joint. There you can only go forward right there, the back joint. And the foot is on the ball joint, so you could get it flat right there, or you can bring it down. Yeah, that's and then yeah, if you want, you can get angle tilted. You just got like angle the back section in. No, or not. Not yeah, you just gotta angle this back section in, and then that will work for ankle tiltage. But I mean, this is how he did look in the movie in Transformers: Rise of the Beast. So I'm just gonna get him posed up, and then with his forearms. So, yeah, do that. So now you can see his forearms, and I can do these ones forward a little bit more. Something like that. But yeah, I'll adjust the pose a little bit more. Camera, I'll stream. I'm gonna bring this one out so that was up angle, and then you'll this back. And you have like one arm forward a little bit more, and you have one arm back. And all that posing. So yeah. I mean, granted, you could get him like on where he's walking on all four of his arms, and then have him balance and then bring the head up too, like that. And you can get that look if you want. So that was like he was calling on all the forearms, and he was in the movie. In the movie scene, and bring this and back and this a bit. Staying balanced real quick. So you see his other arms, like he's gonna get you or something. That, that yeah, you goes out however you want. That we have one arm up higher, and then you have the other arm lower, kind of like a zombie walk. There. And but yeah. Yeah. That's Freezer. Yeah. He doesn't have the most articulation, but you can see he does have good detail for what screen time he did have in the movie, in the Rise of the Beast movie. Actually, you could call any of them Freezer or Novocaine. Yeah. There is Rise of the Beast Studio Series. Freezer. And yes, I do know what's in the other box. Yeah. the box I didn't open up yet. I'm just seeing if I can get balance because it seems like one side's not really balancing. There. What do you get for horse? There. I'm gonna put freezer to the side because this other one has more stuff going on. On. So yeah, I'm gonna guess this is the bottom of the box because the labels are going down. So yeah, just the box. There's stuff in it. So I don't know what's in it, but we'll find out. Because there could be like another box, or everything could just be random. Cardboard box, nothing on the front, nothing on the well, nothing on the sides, the back, top. Just only that right there. Whatever that says. And MHM-01. And there is the QR barcode right there with words right there, which I don't even make out. So, yeah. All right, let's get this open and see what's inside of this box. So lower the camera. So actually, hold an angle. But again, this is another Rise of the Beast something. Something bigger. But I'll say this, it might not be official though. I'm just getting the tape cut open at the side. Oh, I can get the, no one open. Yes. But when I move it around, the box around, I can feel something, hear something moving. There we go. And it's not a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut the tape in the middle. Let's see if I can get it open now. Oh no, it was in another box. Okay. I didn't realize it was in another box. So, and there you can start to see that. That's just from the box. So, yeah, I didn't realize it was in the box because we could hear it moving all around, but around. So, something might be loose in this second box. In the box, which I can't even tell because it's a closed box. So, let's take a look at the official box and you'll see what it is. No. Supreme Commander MHM-01. So you can see it's the Rise of Beast Optimus Prime, but this version comes with no DS. And then there's their company. It says it's a new product. So there's that right there on the brand. Supreme Commander MHM-01. So there's the robot mode. There's the truck mode. So yeah, they get more weapons than you get with the official one, and you get a trailer bed too. Supreme Commander. The product packaging contains a wealth of accessories. Please read the product manual carefully. And you can see a faded silhouette right there of him. You can see an image of him, darker gray one. So okay, so here at the bottom, made in China, flexible joints and greater range of motion. And then you also get the orb, so you can put it right there, and like the globe and stuff. And the rest here's your accessories. You get the two swords. You get the axe. You get no ideas with blasters, and then two knives. You get the gun. You get the more ballsy movie gun with the mount, the clip. There was a few other things, like there was a weapon storage, and there's the giant blasters, and you can see another image of Prime right there. Top that's it for the box. Back of the box, you do see It says laser imaging. So we get the globe right there. You get the axe. Stand with an axe. Stand with the gun. Yeah, and I'm going to lower it down. You have the truck model. You have the rear view image, and you also have the armored truck model. So now let's get this open and see what's inside the Supreme Commander's box. Well, yeah, this is a KO of the Studio Series Optimus Prime. The Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, I should say. But yeah, I saw this book for $35 on Amazon. Oh, well, on sale for $35. It was like $40 on full price. So okay. Clamshell packaging. He comes in robot mode. Okay, that's it. So I'm gonna put the main box to the side. Let's take a look at the instructions. I do not have the original Studio Series Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beast movie. So open this up in the middle. Okay, it says where to start from, and it's nice. It actually does, the instructions are in color too, and it actually says what you're moving, so you don't have to like guess, hey, am I moving this part? Am I moving that part, etc. Uh, like, so that's nice. Like it even says in writing, fold the front bumper after removing the back bumper. It actually says what you're moving, and it shows what direction you're rotating in. Fold that part flat. So and that's nice. And it is in color too, and then it's the arrows are right next to where you're moving. So that's nice. There's the front. Same way to deform the other arm. Put the front wheels out from the toy's belly. Put them in the picture shown. So, and then it shows the feet transformation. Rotate the accessory to the part shown. That's not even an accessory. It's just a part of the figure. Fold the feet inwards, bump up, bones down, close the front part. Okay, oh nice. Now we have to add on parts. So you get a trailer bed right there. See the image of it, and then you're just gonna put that on the back, and then you're gonna put the swords on, then you're gonna put the gun on, and then you're gonna put that on, and then you're going to the whole on the rear side. Okay, that would go right there. The hand cannons can go right there to form gas canisters. Hold down the panel to complete transformation. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. It's actually in step and in colored, so I know what I'm doing, so I'm not like being lost or confused. So that's nice. And it does say A and B on the front, so you know like what side's in order. So like right here it says A, so you know this is gonna be the front of it. So and B for the back of it. There. So you know which one you're doing first, so you don't get confused. So that's nice. I'll put that to the side. That to the side. Let's see if we can get the figure out. So flat shell packaging, and it is tape. So let me just remove the tape. Okay, I'll grab the scissors and tape around, or just the front. Okay. Okay, so here, I'm gonna grab the accessories out. So you get these cannons that he did use in the Rise of the Beast movie as well. You did these two. Yeah, one right and one left, or yeah, one right and one left. So you get these cannons, they just are solid plastic. There's no hollow whatsoever. Here you have the little port right post right there. You have the blade right there, cannon. So yeah, you can give him these cannons. That's one of the accessories. These didn't come with the official Studio Series version. The official came with the sword and the small blaster, which I think is still in this figure. And if you got the Studio Series Optimus Primal, he came with Prime's axe. So here is the sword mount, so here's the axe. This one did come with Optimus Primal, so you get the axe with Prime now. with the KO frame. So here's his axe. So right there, he can't hold that. So right, two accessories down. And just removing him out the way. And there's still more accessories too. So here is your figure, which yeah, I can feel the metal, the weight of him. Here, let me fix this butt because this is slightly bent. And it's on the ball joint, so it's tight, but fix that in a sec. But here, let's look at the rest of the accessories before I mess with them. Here is your trailer hitch that I mentioned. And this is again solid plastic. It's like metal, fake metal right here. So you get it's a molded trailer hitch, and then so that way it fills up the back of the legs. Yeah, it's not metal, but it is gunmetal gray. So, so that's there is something else at the bottom of that, which you get in a separate bag. Here, I'll just close this up and put it in the box. Box real quick. But that's nice. I didn't know it was in the clamshell packaging and in the second hit box because I just removed the Amazon packaging and then saw that there. So I'm just gonna put this one back in well the plastic this back in the box. Now let's look at the other accessories to the clamshell packaging. But yeah, you got the axe. You got so far four accessories. And these four were not with the original figure, like I mentioned. This one came with Optimus Prime. The rest were not. So the rest are new. So you get this bag. I can already see the other bits and stuff there. So I'm gonna get this open. So you get a little plastic bag. And let's see what's in here. So here is the globe piece that I mentioned. So you get the globe right there. So you can peg it onto his arm like he's using it. Maybe you do have different mounts and stuff. Like these are the mounts right here. The weapon storage mounts. Like I know this one's for the gun at least. I think one could be for the sword and maybe the axe. The swords. And I think the axe hilt. So there's that. Like yeah, because this one I think is for the axe one. I'm not sure. I'll look at the thing. Yeah, this is the axe. I mean, I think it's for the axe, so we can store in ROA mode. Let's see. And that's tight. We'll go in. So is this for the axe? I'm not sure, unless it could be another accessory that could go for the axe. This could go somewhere else. Unless the axe is in the store. Again. Go close this door because I think it's neighbors. Yeah, I don't know how the axe works. This bit goes, it looks like it almost fits in here. So yeah. And then the rest of the bits are for Noah Diaz. Like you get his cannons right here. So you get one, you get two cannons. And you get these two swords. So you can give him a sword or your gun. So here is your Noah Diaz in his Mirage mech suit. I'm just trying it out. So yeah, you didn't get this with the official Prime. There was a Studio Series transforming Noah Diaz that transformed into a jet. And jet kibble wasn't really removable. But this one is more a little bit more accurate and it is smaller too. Yeah, like yeah, you can see his balance. I'm just moving all the parts to the side. Yeah, his balance. So, but all that detail too. I'll go over Noah's Diaz next suit, well, this suit articulation. I'm just lowering the camera since it is a smaller figure, and then yeah, you can see that detail, the gold visor, the red for the chest, because this was Mirage, that important part of the suit that made his suit up. Yeah, and he does have the suit does have articulation. Shoulder ball joints, so you can get out right there. Full 360. No issues there. That's nice. Arms can go forward and back. No issues there. They can do a full 360 again, no issues there. Fists are molded, so you don't really get posability out of there. Back of him, you can his backpack is removable. So if you want, you can remove this jetpack. I'm gonna leave that on there. I don't want to lose it. But it could, help with posability. His head is on the ball joint at the base, so you can get all the way up there. Down. But yeah, and then full 360. Nice. See, waist joint, but I mean he does have ab joint or backwards ab joint. His ab joints usually go forward, but if you remove that ball joint, then you could that piece you can get him fully back. So but yeah, leave that on. But yeah, you do get that little backwards spin at him, so you can get that right there. Let's see the hips. Gonna go forward that far, so you can do a high kick. They can go back. You see, Noah has little ports on his feet. I'm seeing if the trailer no it does not. The little bed does not have it like little ports. That would be nice, so that way you could have them posed right there. But yeah, they can go forward, back. They can go out, so he can kick out. So he has a single knee bend right there. And his feet are on a ball joint, so you can get a little forward a little bit. So, well, forward if you have it that far. And you do get little ankle tiltage as well. So yeah, this is posable for what it is. This is like their own mold because, like I said, the Studio Series one didn't transform. I think DNA did design to release one that is smaller, so this could be in the KO the DNA one. So how does this weapons work? Okay, there's a slot on the arms. So there's little slots on the side of the arms. So that way now his cannon is built into the arm like that. So you can get him with the cannon. Cannon. So you can get him dual wielding the cannons. And they fit perfectly. There's no issues whatsoever. So you can give him the dual cannons. And well, as I pop his arm off the ball joint, so and you can also give Noah the sword. On the arm swords like how B does have in the Rise of Beast movie. Or the toys at least. If you have the arm blades, you can give them. And these are plastic, so they're not sharp. Like, you can give him the arm blades as well. So yeah, he is Noah is well detailed, well posable. I'm just getting his arm in. Well, is his other sword in? Yeah, you can give him both swords if you want, and yeah, he'll stand. He's not gonna fall over. Like him in that waist kind of running pose, but yeah, he's gonna hold it. He's not gonna fall over. That's gonna be nice. Or you could get him like in a movie pose where he's like slamming in the ground. I mean, the ground and doing this, but it was like kind of out like Sideswipe did in RLTF when you RLTF. But yeah, you could get Noah. Yeah, it's so far a great figure. I haven't messed with Prime yet, so we'll see what Prime could change it, or it could be winner because this could be my favorite of this year. And to the axe, I don't know how that one works. So yeah, I'm gonna put Noah in the back, and so you can get see how small Noah is. Here he is with Freezer. So you can get like a scale if you want. Yeah, that's good. Noah, I'm gonna put him in the back. Because yeah, I'm definitely gonna put him on the shelf. So here, I'm gonna remove these weapons from Prime for a sec. The Prime, you do get these they're already attached to him. Just removing them, you get the arm blades, and you get the gun. You get the Bumblebee movie gun. So I'm gonna put Prime aside. We'll see Prime aside. Yeah, the gun is solid plastic. There's no hollow on it whatsoever. It's solid too. And yes, if you well, there it does have the storage. So that goes on the magazine. The figure. I'll look at the instructions, see if that it showed anything for the weapon storage. But you also have these blades, so this way they have the port on the side right there, and then these can go in, and then you could put it like on this Prime's back, so that way they can be stored on his back. You could put those right there. Then wait, how is this? I'll store for the battle armor, the trailer mode, when it's an alt mode, or you're just putting it in randomly. Wait, is that when it showed instructions, which only these weapons store on the trailer? So let's see. No, no. Yeah, look up the instructions and see. Let's see. Granted, I could try pulling up a video, but I'm doing this, so I don't want to mess it up. No, they don't talk about the weapons. They show the image with it. Okay, I see how the gun works. So, anyways, and the clip goes up. Okay, I see here it goes. There, so that clip goes right there for the gun. Unless the swords go on the Prime's cast and it needs to sit above it, sit below it. That could be why. Or the swords go, at least for alt mode. Yeah, it looks like the swords go there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Well, whoever made the figure, there was an issue with it. Unless, unless that's how. That's how. All right. Okay. I see in the image there is the sword hilt, the axe hilt on the side of the axe. It's on the axe side here. I'll show you what I mean. On this image, right here, that's the axe right there. The weapon is the sword. The attachment is right there. I see how it goes. The bottom of the axe, this bit can be removed, so you can insert that little bit on it, and then that will slide on the axe, which this is tight. No, don't tell me it's stuck. Yes. Well, it would go on like that, but it's stuck. It won't go past that point. I'm literally fighting to get out. I'm pulling it hard to get off. But yeah, they could have just worked on the tolerances a little bit more better. Yeah, I'm just removing it and then to just get off. And then I'm gonna work on Optimus himself. Oh, we'll take a look at Optimus. Yeah, that is tight. Okay, remove. It's tight. Hey, at least I can store it in alt mode, the axe wise. In alt mode, so. And I could just advance it on the, put it to the side if I don't want it in robot mode storage. Let me take a look at Prime for a sec. Fix Prime's the foot, the tilted foot. That was a snap. And I moved his foot back. And I lock the door. Close the door to them. So far, Prime feels solid. Nothing's loose, nothing's tight. I just don't know about that foot because that snapped. Like it snapped when I moved it. Okay, it snapped again, but it's now it's moving. So maybe it was just locked in somewhere, but now it's moving. So I got the foot to move. And look, yeah, Prime does have diecast. Fun. Oh, here, I'll take a look at Prime. I'll deal with the axe in a minute. It's supposed to go. It's supposed to go up like that and roll on or down. Where you're supposed to go, and then I'll bring it in. Prime, because I just noticed something on Prime. Robot mode. Looks like they're going up. Let's put Prime accessories to the side. But yeah, here is Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beast. And I'm not sure if this is, an oversized of the Soothsayers one or just the same one, just smaller. Just the same one, just different. So yeah, these sections right here, you just want to straighten them out if you get this figure. And these thighs right here, where my thumb is, right thumb is, that's the eye cast. I can feel it. And these could be lower too. Yeah, let's take a look at Prime for a sec. Yeah, everything else is plastic. There's no really hollow bits since this video right goes out. Let's go articulation. Head can look up that far down. Look at full 360, you know it. That's nice. On the arms. And they go up that far. Up. Full 360. Double. Oh, wait, only single joint or bend. Elbow bend. No, double actually. Double elbow bend. Bend. Mm, Swivel right there. A little bit lower, so we're getting more frame. That bit popped open, so it won't stay closed. This does not open or anything. There is a swivel right here, so you can rotate around. And there is that joint, so you can rock it forward or back slightly due to the gimmick, weapon gimmick. Does he have a waist swivel? Don't think the waist is. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, waist swivel. Oh, hips can go out. They can't go back. Can't move back to the front. His hips are in the drop down joint, so I don't know if that's on was on the official. So yeah, you get all the way forward. Wait, he's in an app crunch? I didn't realize that. I just kind of skipped it because I didn't. It didn't look like he had one. All right. Plus, I don't think the official one did either. Oh no. Well, it's you can say it's app crunch. It's just more through transformation. So technically app crunch. But yeah, you have the drop down joint. So without it, yeah, no, you get a single knee bend there. Uh, nice swivel too. So and all this fills out the inside leg. That's nice. So happy there's no gaps and stuff. That so you have the hips are to the side, so you can do the splits that far. Once you do the joint and then bring them out further. Over there. Yeah, you can see a slow ice swivel right there. That's super nice. There's that. I'm going to straighten him out. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, so far, so good. Just so you know, the axe issue. Smokestacks are there. He does look good. I'll give him the weapons and this. I can maybe see if I can get the axe handle off, the base off of it. Yeah, I got it off. So here's the axe. Here's the axe. So you can slide it all the way in, then you're just gonna put the cap on it, and the cap will, just hold it in place. And yeah, you can get the axe. See? So I'm gonna remove it, and I'm also holding him with one hand, so that's why he fell. So the axe could store on the back, but granted, the hilt thing wouldn't move properly. The bit wouldn't move a slide on him. All right, yeah, I think it also does have ankle tiltage too. I skipped that. Section knee bend. Yeah, ankle tiltage, full ankle tiltage, or a little bit less, but yeah. And the foot does rotate, so that's nice. It's on the ball joint. I don't know why it was snapping earlier. Maybe it was just tight. The packaging. Let's see about the other leg. What is making a snap? It just did that on this side, and there is nothing. So you just probably have to, break in the joints. No, but yeah, he does have the waist joint. The ankle tilted. That's gonna be nice for posing him, and that double joint for the shift down joint for the hips. That's gonna be nice. This might be my favorite figure of this year. That's how good he is. Granted, I don't have a lot of figures from this year, so but he might be my favorite there at the top. If I did one of those. Yeah, the waste modification. That's nice. I don't think he has a matrix of leadership. But I mean, if you want, you can open up the chest and reveal that. uh, That. So yeah, no matrix of leadership. Yeah. But yeah, he is solid. No issues with him except for the axe. So yes, you can. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just you armor him up. I'll put him with Noah, which you can see in the background, but I'll bring Noah in better. So you can do that. You can give him the gun from the Bumblebee movie, which he can use right there. So you can give him that pose. I'm not really going to pose him with all the weapons because that's going to just take more time. So far, so good. Good. Then there. Let's give him the swords. So the swords out of the figure the big gun was in his hand, the swords were on his arms like this. You can do that if you want. So that's one configuration. Or if you bring it in the hand, and there is a little post right here. So you could see and because there is a post at the back of the sword right here. That will go in there. Hold on. No, it did it on the official. They could have changed this design a little bit. Oh, oh well, there it went in. It's just a little bit more tighter. Higher, but you can give him the left configuration, the right arm configuration with it up higher, or you can give it like kind of his more movie 1/3 design from the Bayverse. Lower. So you can have it lower or higher. And it just, goes in that little post. So there's that. So that's the swords can store. Well, at least from the images I saw. Is there these ports? There's a bunch of these ports on the back. So like if you want, you can like store one normal via the post. The port could be for something else, or could it go in the bigger one? No. Okay, I don't know what these are for then, because that doesn't fit in there, and you could just put the swords on normal, or maybe. Hey, let me see something. I want to see something. Okay, so I do see the one. Well, at least can go in that little slot at the top of the gun. So maybe if you want, you can store both of them. Granted, I'll mess with this figure more before I like do the review and then get know all the secrets and details and shit before I do his review. No, oh, because then you can do that. So you can have the port up there and then have that sitting right there in that slot if you want, and then you can have it one sideways. As the axe would just run in the back going down. So yeah, you can do that if you want, or you have it going down and then have both of them. So you can store on the back. Nice. The blades, I'm putting in the parts to the one side so I know, what I've done and what I haven't done. Let's see, you or no, or those can be for Noah. So now that I think about it, okay. So let's see. So we also on these ports right here, I'm going to angle his arm up, but you can give him like this. Here, I'll put him in this pose. That way he's kind of looking at it. Yeah, I know he was kind of a big figure, which I'm guessing I think he might be upsized a little bit. I knew that would figure. I'll grab him in a sec. So yeah, here's the orb that comes with him. Him. And the globe, which this does fit in. It's a little loose. It's no, right? No, it's solid. So it just it's a bit in right angle. But that way, it's like he's looking at the globe, like you did in the movie, and it does. He holds it. He won't drop it since it's sideways. But you can move it around to get this back that it's spinning. Pretty nice motion. Or some. Sorry, not. But yeah, it's a little loose. You can see it's wobbling. But yeah, you can get that. So that way it's like he's looking at the orb. Okay. Go the globe, orb, whatever you want to call it. It's your toy. You can name it whatever you want. Okay, so there's that. Here, I'll put him with no ideas. I'll put the trailer hitch to the side because that one we're not going to use until all mode because that can only do that thing in all mode. Okay, transform him. Here he is with no DS, but I'm not done. I just realized I gotta do two more accessories. Accessories. So I'm gonna do these accessories now, pose them with no ideas, then we'll work on transformation. Open up these hands sections right here. Flip in the fist, like so, all the way. Close that section up. Do the same with the opposite arm and close that up. Because now we're gonna take in the blasters. So these just go on that little port, just post. Right there at the end of the arm. So I'm just gonna make sure it's in all the way as best as it can. And it's in all the way. That way, and now I'm just going to make sure this one's in. Now we can, like it says in the movie, one line. But yeah, you can get that. So you can give them with the two cannons that uses. But I think in the movie you don't use the right one. But if you want, you can have prime with both the cannons. How will I pose them that part? I don't know. No, at the moment. But yeah, he does look good. So there's that. I'm gonna remove them. They're solid and nothing's. I mean, you can get him some good poses. Probably get him on almost a one stand pose, one-legged pose. Or- I mean, get his hands out. Right, you want to rotate them while they're in there. Sure. Okay. So just close that panel slightly when you're getting his hand out. Out. As like I said, never owned the official Stu Series mold, so can't really tell you if there's differences or not. But I can always watch a YouTube video. Let's see if there's any differences between this one and the official one. But here, I'll do this one and then I'll do the I'll bring out him. So good. Let me rebalance him. There we go. There's Prime. So I'm going to just probably send Prime at the back. And here he is with no ideas included with him. Oh, let me do that because Noah is a smaller figure. Like, if you want, you could probably recreate that pose where Prime has to kneel down and talk to him. Talk to him. One scene or the movie. That would probably kind of be the best one. So yeah, I think Prime's definitely oversized a little bit. There's that. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have Noah on the shelf with him. But hey, this is good. Or really no issues, just except for the axe storage. But that's kind of the design. They went with it. And like you see on that one. Okay, just been my copy. Everyone else has been perfect view about this figure. And here he is with your deluxe, sorry, your core class freezer. Freezer. Right there. There. Like that. The, yeah, I believe he is upscaled a little bit. And I'll figure out after the end of the review. There's that. So you get to there's him. Here, you know what? You stand. I'm going to grab him. It's the bad guy of Tries and Beasts. At least one of them that I do have. But yeah, there's Freezer. There's nobody guess. And here is Scourge. Yeah, it looks like they upscaled him. They upscaled Prime, so he's now leader class. So I think the Zuzer's Prime is smaller. The Rise of the Beast version at least is smaller. Granted, it could also be the post I have version, but now I think they upscaled Prime a little bit. This company did at least. And Scooch falls over. And I'll remove that. Here, I'm just gonna get Scourge turned up straight and make sure he's staying up straight so he doesn't fall over. But yeah, I definitely think they upscaled Prime a little bit. So yeah, if you like upscale figures, then this might be the one for you. If you don't, then probably not. Or if you just want us to do Series Prime from the Rise of the Beast movie. But hey, I still like him. But yeah, they upscaled him a little bit. So he's what now? MP hot scale, maybe. Freezer stand. So now I'm gonna transform Freezer and then I'll bring out Prime again and transform him. And I'm also gonna transform Freezer for a sec as I need to get Scourge stand straight. This is the first time he's fallen over this much. Probably because the camera is on now. Granted, I do kind of have him forward with that joint here. You can rest on Prime for a sec. I don't even know how I'm gonna pose Prime, so that's why I'm not really posing him. Might do the sword. I could do the arm cannon. I could do something for the movie. I could do my own thing, or I could just do the globe. But I'm probably gonna have an action pose. Okay, so I'm gonna transform Freezer. I'm gonna just put Primes to the side. And how will I display Noah? That's another question I don't know yet. I'm gonna put them to the side and work on screen on Freezer's transformation. Move the stand to the side and watch with all the Primes and accessories. And Noah's. Okay, so we're gonna get into Scourge, sorry, Freezer's alt mode, and then I'll do his cannon mode. Yeah, we're going into his turret mode, and then it's showing the gun form. And then after the gun form, then I'll transform Scourge. But yeah, it's doing the gun form. Yeah. I just realized Hasbro made an error on some Freezer's instructions. Instructions, at least the number part. So here's the error. At the bottom, it starts his gun mode, the transformation from his alt mode. So 1, 2, 1, 2, sorry, 2, 3, 3. So there's two twos and there's two threes. Threes. It's like here. Yeah, right here. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. There's okay. Two ones, two twos, two threes, two fours, and two fives. So yeah, two fours. Unless the 1, 2, 3 from the next slide could be the new steps. Wait. Yeah, it's new steps. I see it now. Yeah, I see it now. Because 1, 2, 3 goes for the top image. And then the second row is this one to the bottom for that one. So yeah, I'm gonna get him into his alt mode, his normal kind form. Then I'm gonna do the super. I'm gonna discuss the image on the gun mode, and then I'm gonna do the normal one, the Scourge one. Yes, let's transform Freezer into his alt mode. So bring up the head, flip that forward, flip that up, and lower the arms. Just lower the arms and kind of get him in the this direction way. But lucky I realized in the steps that confused me for a second the way how they did it until I realized it. So, mhm. Flip his head up, so it's up higher. You want to flip to the back, and you want to lift this up. The way, yeah, open it up now, and then push the gun barrel down. Push this section down. Push this section down. And then bring it out, bring it up, I'm guessing. Up, and then close that up. All right, yeah, bring it out. That, like right there. I'm just kind of guessing the instruction step. Like, yeah, I got the box right next to me, so I can just look at the image of the alt mode and guess it. Make it easier for me. Okay, so the feet are flat like that. Feet are flat like that. Let me rotate around 180. I'm just guessing out the instructions. The images. That's the way then we're just I believe that's like at least want the shoulders for gun mode, the arms for gun mode, for turret mode, and then the feet just stay back here, and this is just the back of the gun mode. So you want to bring both down, so that way they're both pointing down. This one you want bent a little bit, and then this one you want to bend down, and you want to spin it, the ball joint, and around, and then this will go up into this slot right there. That. Or granted, when I do the review of these figures, then I'll do well, freezer at least I'll do it better. And then you like, yeah, ooh, that came untapped. Let's get this tab back in. I mean, it's the same as the other side now, so it better work. All right. And then you just want the arms straight up, so the feet straight up at the back. I believe that's his turret form. I could have the legs like bent forward, bent back a little bit more. But yeah, I believe that could be the turret form, or at least robot mode to configuration. So these arms, right? His arms do is the or balance for him. It's that kind of almost like a spider-esque. Those with the feet like that, the turret like that, maybe. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the back instructions. I'm gonna guess the gun mode one, orientation. So the apps to there you go. Okay, I got this arm done. So that's the side of it. So now you just want to get this kind of angled back. You want to rotate this one at the ball joint. Not that way. Yeah, you want it up. So and then you bring this up and then you angle this slot into the side of the knee of the leg. And now bring this in right here. And now there is a slot on the side of it right here. And now you're going to take the other arm and you're going to straighten it. You're going to bend it the other way and then bring this up and yeah, I have it bent backwards. See if that's bent backwards. Oh, I had it right. You want the elbow up. That's where. Okay, I see it. You want it with the elbow up, and then you're going to get that slot right there on the wrist in. I just didn't see it for a sec. And now get that in to there. Slot. And just, angle it up however you want. You can angle everything. So that way it's basically using on his back and some gun mode and well, on his back. Gun mode. So now come to the underneath and you're going to flip this out. And that's the post. So any figure with a 5mm ports can hold it. Hold him. So that's the gun mode. So here in Scourge, I have his hand will open up. Up. So there. Now Scourge can hold him as a blaster. Blaster. I'm just gonna close that up. But yeah, now Scourge can have the blaster of a new blaster. Which you cannot even see that, but Scourge gets a new blaster. Scourge gets a new blaster. So there you go. I'm gonna put Freezer to the side. I'm gonna quickly transform Scourge in alt mode, and then I'll go work on OP himself and get him in alt mode. And Freezer's gun mode, Freezer's attachment to Scourge is easy. That one, it's not rocket science. You can get that easy. So I'm just gonna quickly transform Scourge. I did have Scourge for Prowling on back in what 2023 before Rise of the Beast came out. Or, Yeah, before Rise of, or at least before I saw Rise of the Beasts in theaters. I think I did unbox them in the hall with the Fallen, but it wasn't in that hall too, or at least when they did that one hall from 2023. Three. Yeah, I'm gonna work on a playlist for the halls. I know I have like a TFCon one, or I could do a TFCon hall too. So that actually works out. Yeah, I'm gonna work on playlists. That's one thing I need to do. The Lego builds, if I build Legos, I can do that in playlist. Let's see, free this weekend, but I'm gonna probably film more reviews and stuff like that. These newer figures. Figures. Just quickly transforming Scourge back into all mode, and then I can move on to Freezer as an attachment to Scourge. Alright, I'm just talking. And if you're wondering what happened to Crisis, if you didn't know, I was streaming the R2D2 build on that arrived on Monday, so that kind of threw my Crisis game plans out the window. So my Crisis plans out the window. So I wasn't able to stream. I didn't want to do like two streams on one day, two different streams on one day. Plus, granted, the R2 build took me all night. Took me to like 1 a.m. finish. 1 a.m. So when I finished, so I didn't want to stream Crisis for that, remaining bit until I crashed. But tomorrow, Friday, I'm free, so I'm probably just gonna resume Crisis tomorrow night then. Which actually, I should say, I shouldn't to resume, technically resume slash start. I'll resume the Crisis series, but with Crisis 2, because I finished Crisis 1 last Friday or Thursday, last Thursday. So we'll see what happens in Crisis 2. And Crisis 2, that's the one I played before years ago, though. Well, I remember I'm going. We'll see. Happens. Wait, how did this arms go? Oh, let's see. There we go. I got that part done for Scourge. Also, it's been a minute since I had Transform Scourge. Scourge. Not a hot minute, but a minute. There we go. Just finishing up Scourge. Transformation. There's no notification on my phone, so what you tab in? Left side, right tabbed in. Why don't you tap in? I think it's blocking your way. That's not really in there. So like for some transform you. Some panel won't like go in its home, so I'm gonna have to maybe undo some stuff so I can fix it. Will that work better? Here? I know a bit more. Okay, there we go. I got it in. I just have to like rotate the hand wrong. The tentacle hand. Oh, it's something still going wrong with the other hand. The other hand. There we go. Hey, Scourge, what's going on with your hand? Supposed to be up like this. That's inwards, or the big side outwards. Outwards. Yeah, because I could just transform like the put the arm wrong. I just not realized. Oh, with these really at top. Urge, can you just work with me here? Literally the last step, and then you're not working with me. Working with me. Maybe I just didn't rotate the arm right. Let's do this way. Inwards. This is literally just this one step that's fighting me. A little bit better. There we go. I got it in. It took me a second. I just had to rotate the hand around. I just have it on the right setting, on the right side. Scourge, the claw hand. Say. laying down. There we go. There we go. I got Scourge in alt mode. Alt mode. So now we're just gonna look at the back of Scourge. Of Scourge. Let me just get these spelled out. Okay, so now the back of back UI. So I'm just going to attach his arm cannon to him. Because you're gonna need this for the freezer configuration. Because you see his well, you see his back. It's just all the gaps and stuff. The robot mode isn't built in or anything like that. But then if you take his cannon and put it on him with the bar in the front. And since I've done this, just checking one thing. Yeah, you want some bar in the front. Front, because this will just sit over. If you get one of the upgrade kits for him, there's that third party upgrade kit, and there's the DNA one. For Scourge, then this is useless. At least this configuration is. Because yeah, you look at that, they're all there. And, this had the slots and stuff. In fact, you can use the freezer's arms and put them in there. Slots. Slots. So then you're just going to unpeg it and rotate his arm forward. Forward. Peg it, and you want to only rotate the front arm, the upper arm forward. You don't want the peg peg out too. Because yeah, you want it like this with just his arms. These arms rotate around like you had him in before, and now these will slot into those slots, and then they'll be barrel. So I just see which. Probably just gonna take this off and do it off camera. Wait, I also don't know what slot I'm using because there's the two slots. Be the front one or it could be the back one. But yeah, it's like that. Or that should be it. So because then this goes on the back of Scourge and then this gives it down. That fills it out completely and it gives him a gun. So in the back, so he can shoot the Autobots while he is driving. Or he's there chasing him down. So but yeah, it's like the front slot you want to just here. Front slot works because then everything just sits right there in the back. That way now Scourge has the turret back there. So now he can drive while shooting. While Freezer shoots. And granted, you can adjust Freezer's back legs too, so that they're more straight. But yeah, you can do that. You want to, and then you can adjust this. So Freezer, since he's only the arms connected. But yeah, you can get that look. Look if you want. So that way you can, see Prime while driving by. And there, that's that. I'm gonna put him to the side. No. And drink my drink, and then I'll work on OP's transformation. So it's alt mode. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna be there, back. Just walked around the long way. Wait, I might be able to get the. I'm gonna try one more time to get the axe on still help the hilt because I might be able to push it on further up higher. I got it. I got one. It was tight. I got the storage on the hilt, so now I can store the axe on the back and show that off. So just know it was tight for me doing it right now, so I don't know if it's gonna come off. So it might just be stick there, stay there. But yeah, you just gotta use the smaller port. But there, that way you can have the axe sword in all mode on the back if you don't want him like holding it. But yeah, at least you saw that. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard to remove now. No, so actually, that might just stay there if I since it's so stiff to move up. I don't even know how I managed to go in there. Yeah, it might just stay on because I can still like peg it into his hands, so that way it still sits in his hand, and then I can still put the tip on the cap on it. But yeah, that is hard to remove, and then I can just slide that axe up. So there, that works out. So I mean, at least got it on. No, it's just not removable. Yeah, it's just the tolerance on that one. There, and as I'm doing it with one hand. All right, now I'm going to transform Optimus into his truck mode and show that off with the before armored and after armor, and maybe post Noah on the back. We'll see how it looks. How he looks in this new in this alt mode. Just gonna need to get him back and just gonna stand him up. Oh, standing back. Hey, let's see. What are we doing? This one I might, show on camera. We'll see. Step one, open the windows in the truck. You're going to also lower the camera slightly. Open these up. Okay. Step one done. Or, well, it's not numbered, so that's why I'm just lift this up. Fold up and out the interior panel. So this section in the middle. So let's see if I can get this panel out because that's the only thing I'm working on now. Is getting this panel open. And this panel raised up. Yeah. And yeah, because you're also gonna push the head in. So let me see. Maybe if I move the head back and see if I can get a tool in there and get it open because this is it's not I don't it's not easy to open. You. Yeah, I got to open it. I just gotta get my finger in there to open it up. Up. Okay, once that's open, then you're gonna push the head down with it, and you can see it looks like there might have been an Autobot symbol right there, and they just hit it. They removed it. Yeah, it's not it's official. So, and you're gonna push his head in. So, head in. Flip it up and rotate it in. Okay. Oh yeah. Flip this up, and then that's what I did, and then I flipped it in. Just gonna grab there and then just spin. So something goes wrong. But yeah, maybe if I let me lower it and then do it. Push in, lower it and push in. It's not going past that point, and it should bounce moving. Moving all the way. I got it. It was just like stuck at that one section. So yeah, like good to know. That's now that's gonna be tight. But there, I got his head in. And then you're gonna close up the chest windows. So this is closed up all the way. This is pushing all the way. Or is it just supposed to lower than that? No, a sec. Because I see there's like launches and you want to push it more in. Yeah, I got it. You just got to bring the head back a little bit. So now if it's lower, yeah, I just brought the head back and that freed it up. The head's in there. There we go. Yeah, because see, I brought it in and now I lowered it ever so slightly as it. But it is lowered again. So, okay, no, it's not lowered in. You're fighting me. His chest won't close up. Let's do that. We have to get the head in more, but and then close it up. Now the head's on the ball joint, so I can always remove it. Oh, I got it in. When I move in. That's like push up on the window at the same time. But and yeah, I knows the head's on the ball joint, so I can pop it off if I need to. But I managed to get it closed up without doing that. Yeah, so that way his chest is closed up. Now flip to the back. Back. Well, rotate 180. And you want to remove the back armor. Pull it down. Yeah, tabs in. Mm. Hold. Find the front bumper after removing the back. Yes. Put the robot in a sitting position. Like that. Bring the waist up. Up. Lower the camera on here too. Okay. And then you're going to spin the upper body assembly 180. I'm just going to make sure the arms out of the way and spin this whole upper body. Putting on that waist joint that way is this is going to be pointing back. Now, yeah, rotate 180. They even show it with the chest open, so they didn't get the close. Then they close it up, and then fold the front. So you're folding this in. No, are you doing that later? Later, but hold the like that. Yeah, you just gotta straighten this out. I see it. So yeah, see this is right. You just gotta straighten this out like that. And then we're going to fold in the arms, and then we're gonna work on the arms for a minute. Okay. So open like they're going in robo mode. Oh, well, when you're going to clip the cannons on, so remove, open this, flip in, and flip in that panel. So close the hand slightly, the arm panel slightly. Doing it on both sides because it's probably going to tell me to do the reverse side anyway. Doing it. And so just to save me time. Okay, yes, push in. Fold the robot's arm and palm up. Yeah, that's how it was. Close the arm panel, open side panel, up. So you're just going to unfold this whole section. So this section at the back of the arm, want to open, and you want to open one more. Like so. Granted, if you have this series mold, you know what you're doing. This is my first time with this mold, so only telling me I did something wrong, but you never know. This could be how it says in the instructions. So, okay, and then you're rotating it 180. Rotate the upper arm 180. So you can see it in the side, just like that. So that way, and then you're going to bend the shoulders back. Okay, that. That so you can see there it's up on this on the right on the on my right shoulder, which would be the left shoulder, and then you're just going to rotate this back, rotate this down, that more all the way. So that way they push back, as it looks like the chest starts to pop open a little bit. Or at least saw a little gap at the top, but okay. Let's see. What are we doing? Doing. Hold that up. Okay. I just want to see. And then you're flipping out the wheels. Same way to deform the other side arm. Yeah. So I'm gonna just do this off camera. Rotate in, down, hold up, and in. I'm gonna do it on one side, then I'll do it on the other side. Okay. And up. There we go. Nice. Easy. Okay, there is a little gap from what it looks like. It's not me doing it, it's the figure's design. Design. Sign, so I can't do anything about it. But yeah, you want to bend this up, you want to bring, straighten the arm down, bring this back and bend this up, kind of, classic prime transformation. And push this in. There is a slot. There's a slot right here, and there's a tab right there. You want to get that you know what, these sections rotate down, so up, back, so mostly. See. But yeah, you want to keep his waist straight. His legs are trying to move once you rotate it. So yeah, just bring that arm in, and then as I bump the camera with the figure, so then bring the arm up and push that in, and then you can close this, put this in, push it in, and as this one go in. Okay, actually, I got it in better on this side, so let me go fix the other side of the figure. Be just see. Okay, I got it in. Just gotta push in. Okay. Flip out these wheels and put them in the middle. Bring them down. 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 So they're out and they roll. Spin. But yeah, the wheels out and then let's see. Let's do that before that steps. Okay, the instructions show you doing this little section, folding this in now, but remember there's clearance issues, so I'm gonna do it in now. And also this looks like it's moved out of the way, that's nice. There, I got it in. But there, I'm just doing this now. Okay. So the legs, adjust picture as above. So you want it to read like this. The legs, you're gonna open the buckle. So open, up, and up, hinge up, and open this section on the inside of the leg out. This out. I'm also sorry if it's off camera, but it's also my first time doing this. Fold, keep folding. So that's that. When I do the review, it would be better. Rotate the accessory to the piece as shown below. What? That's how it is now. Oh, and then you rotate it up. Okay. So take this section. This one's a little loose. So if it's like this, you want to spin this up so it sits right there. That's what you want to do with that. And that's a little loose. On my side, the other side's snug. Snug as it can be. So yeah, I'm bringing that up, and now you're going to bring this section up, front part of the calf up on both sides, and get this up both sides. Open. You stay in there. And then you want to put this, tab this in again, calf armor with the chimney and press tight. Okay. And then you're going to rotate those down and then you're pushing this up. So rotate your chimney and that bit down, your smokestack down, and then get the legs tapped in. And wait, do you want these in? It's outwards. Where's it sitting? You want them in? Yeah, you want them in. I see it in the image. Okay, so let me just do this off camera. What's this? Oh, okay, I see it now. I didn't see the bend on the joint. Or when I do the opposite side, it'll be better. Better done. Because that will peg in. And it's just like that. Oh yeah, this section up here bends. I got it done on the other side, bend forward and then just angle it. You want to kind of bring the knee back. You need to, so you can get, your clearance and then get this. And there's a tab right there at the bottom, and you want to plug it forced in that port, and then you can bring in the leg. And this should sit right in the middle. As this side just came untapped, as I got it right on the other side. So let me just fix it again. Okay, a little bit better. And then fold the foot in and then tab it in and then every and then flip those in. So rotate your feet inwards and peg and fold them in. I'll do it on one side and then I'll do it on the other side on the camera. And in. Okay, I see the tab now. Slot. Okay, so this section you want to, all right, so tab that a little bit, but I'll fix it in a sec. You want to rotate your foot towards the inside of the leg and you want to hinge this up and get this forward all the way. And so it sits in, there's a tab in the foot there's a slot in the foot that section. That will tab onto that little tab that's sticking out. Slide it in. There, snapped in. So now I'm just gonna tap the legs in, fix everything, and then we're almost done. Wait, what do we do with the gas canisters? They're the same. Or the inside caps, I should say. Once. I'm just cleaning everything up. Flip those in. Okay, so here you also want to flip these little sections in at the top. Flip that in. Uh, Top. That will fill out that little gap. There, these sections, these sections right here, I just realized you wanted them, fill them in. I don't even mention that until later, so don't do that then. The front section you want to tap in, so you want to just hinge down in this case, look at payment. And move out to the side. So we're almost done anyways. It's for the armament section. Have your hip skirts in because they'll tap into the leg. And if you want, yeah, you got for about your new ones. The inside ones of the legs, because these will slip out, but there's a reason why. I don't think they told me to do that. Or I could miss it, but I'll check. Yeah, just put the bumper in. We'll tap in. And let me just get it. I'm just doing this off camera. Okay, one side won't tap in, one side it has tapped in. This side won't tap in, this side tapped in. Or I had it tapped in and came and tapped. But yeah, like the gas canisters, I think I missed that one. But yeah, you want to flip out your full gas canister valve. Or they're only in robot mode, so that could also be why. Those panels on the side you want to leave it flipped up. Yeah, you want to leave them flipped in. There's a reason why. So now let's armor prime up. So here, I'm just going to show you the normal truck mode, and then I'll do the new one, the KO version. So these panels would flip down. These would just fill out this section on both sides. There, right there. So yeah, this is the original version before we do any of the weapon. What is it? Where? Where is that? It's lower and there's no port right there. I just noticed something in the instructions. There's supposed to be like a little port on the side. That's where the gun's stored, and there's no port in here. Removed. Removed. So yeah, okay. But yeah, here's the normal truck mode before I armor him up. And if you notice the back, yeah, it's a big gap. There. Let's fix that. So just leave these panels flipped out. And it still rolls, but I'm just gonna do that after I do the armory. Three. All right, so we're gonna take this section, and this will just this on top, or yeah, there's the spots, and this will fill this little section out back a bit. So I'm just going to get this in. There, that filled that out. That's nice. like there. So that build that out to the leg so you can't see the gap underneath anymore. And yeah, it still rolls, so that's nice. I'm also looking at the instructions. Put that on, and then you're gonna put the swords on. How to do this? There we go. Wait, let's see something. Hang on. The swords go in here. Yeah. Wait, I don't even know how these swords connect. Just the little mounts, but I don't know. There they go. Yeah, instructions are good. They're good for some parts, not all of it. Unless I'm just, supposed to put them on here and not, yeah, you're bummed. Because, yeah, they're just showing. Let's do this. See. Unless that's just friction holding them in, and then that's all. So, yeah, one goes in that thigh on the right thigh on these little openings right here. That's where the blade goes, at least the tip of it. And then the main one goes right there. This one doesn't go in. Go in. Why are you not coming out? The other side's staying in perfectly. You're the only one fighting me. Stay there. So when I move you, you fall out, but the other side's not even staying on. And just like it's trying to find out. Wow, unless they have it wrong and the blades are supposed to be inside. And that could be it. That like no, it's not. That one's not flipping and falling out, and this one is. Staying in place there. So both swords are on. If I move it, it's going to fall. So I'm just going to give you a top down look. Yeah. There, both swords can stay, and this one just keeps falling off. Off. Why? Wait, I see how the swords go. I just noticed in the instructions they go a different way. They're telling me with the port going out like this. So how do they where did they go if they go like that? I'm looking at the instructions. They're showing like the base goes there. And that goes up there. So that like this. Right there, there, there. It's like that. Because there, that's the best I can get it in. Gonna get it in. I'm not gonna fight with it all day. Just try and get it in. So I'm just going to just hold it and just this in. Like that. So you can see both swords are on. As I move it, it falls. If it's just balanced stacked, that goes there. The gun goes in the middle, facing up. The axe goes on top. But where are those at? So here, I'm gonna give him the gun on the storage. Oh, yeah. Storage. it just goes up, upward up. So does it just hook onto the blade? Blade? I'm not even sure. I guess it just go on its own attachment point. That, or maybe move up higher. I don't know. That. They're the same size, so why are you kidding me? There we go. There we go. I got the blade, the sword tapped in, so it's like that so far. And there is supposed to be a port right, post right here. That right there. That's where the bit goes. I don't see no post on the figure. All the steps, so I don't know why there's no post. It's like they could have removed it or something and they didn't realize it. Because that's where these guns would have stored in alt mode, and you need that post, or it's gonna just now fall off and would go right there. But there's no post, so if I missed something. Okay, it's not there. And then the cannon connector can be installed on the front side of the fuel tank. Side of the that's what it says. Instructions. Where is it? There it is showing there's like a 5 minute there's a port for it in the instructions, and I don't even see it on the figure. Here, there's maybe that's where I use the bits. Maybe that's where I use these parts. Store the accent sack too, because I just noticed I never stored it. It's the there I got it in. Yeah, so these might be the it, and then heads. So like I realized it, because yeah, it looks like these go like sit in that notch at the top, at that little gap right there. So to open this up, I'm going to put it in at the top of it, and then at least everything is still holding better. So yeah, you just gotta fit that a little bit in there. That's opening. You're going to push it all the way up as far as it can go. We'll sit under it because now that gives it a post for it to rest on, and then you're gonna put the cannons on the little section. Oh no! Oh wait, it went in. It didn't. Okay, like that. Okay, these can be removed. I didn't realize that. But yeah, it's hold. So there. That's one side. So I'm just gonna do the other side, and then I'll also store the axe. However, that stores. Yeah, so that way those store right there. Sit right there, so it's better. Where does the axe go? That's Yeah, you put those there. I see it in the instructions. And now the axe. Axe. The axe will just go in this slot and then go down. We'll go in this slot up here and sit down. Like that. Does it say on the outside or inside? This is more on the inside of the blade, so you lift it and put it on the inside of the blade. No, that's where the gun stores, so remove this blade and see if I can get that bit forward. Word. How do I restore the gun? It. Now I'm going to just put the axe in, and then I'm going to. That way it's more opening there. It's more forward. And this will just, sit right here in the inside of the blade. There is also a place. There, I got it in there. Now I'm just going to put it in. And that's how they're showing all of this. So you can see everything. Granted, when I do the review of this figure, which I don't know when I'll be doing, but then I'll get it, better. And but with the same camera, just the way how I do it. Which now that I know what I'm doing. But yeah. So just the parts that can't store are the globe, which I mean you could just set on top. There. It stores. Stores. So you can see you can store everything. And just Noah DS too, which does not store on the figure at all. Yeah. Globes, you can set the globe right there. You can just set Noah to the side if you want. And how does Noah scale with Prime's truck mode? There. That's how Noah scales with Optimus in truck mode. But yeah, anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf. That's that. Granted, you can put any of the Noah's accessories on the guns, the blades. But yeah, there's Freezer in his alt in his turret mode on Scourge. On his turret mount on Scourge, I should say. There is Noah right next to Prime, which I did like how you get Noah Diaz with this version at least. Yeah, and you obviously have his weapons, which I had to the side. Yeah, the instructions are easy to follow. You just gotta read them too, and they're in color, and then they actually like say what you're supposed to move, so you don't have to guess. But yeah, there you go. They're both good. I do still like Prime. I still do like the KO Prime, which is oversized. Once I didn't realize the trailer hitch right there. That's nice. It fills up the leg detail. Fills up the leg detail. You do have like the bumper, the tail lights right there too, and then all the weapon store globe I just put on randomly. All the weapon storage, that's nice. The gun store right there. You can get your blades right there. Just second figuring out the gun, the axe store right there. Which the only really thing I would say is just the axe fit. This is tight. It was hard to get on there, and it's gonna be hard to remove. So I'm just gonna leave it on there. But yeah, I do like also how you get the globe as well. Well, but yeah. Well, I don't know how I'll post them, but I'm gonna at least put him probably fighting Scourge with Noah there, and then I'll put Freezer right in front of him. But yeah, there you go. Anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf. You can find the Ultimate Wolf on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf on Instagram, the Ultimate Wolf on Discord. It's like Ultimate Wolf 19 on X at Ultimate Wolf 19 on X. / the Ultimate Wolf YT on Reddit. All caps. But yeah, anyways, I've been the one, the only Ultimate Wolf in there. Those have been those two figures.